Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Cousins now. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
First down, here's Cousins. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Cousins. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Yeah, this is taken at the 23. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Patrick Mahomes.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He finds Wilson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. They'll roll him out right. And Wilson with it, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to the ball loose.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. A first down throw for Cousins. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They came with a safety blitz, and Daxton Hill got home. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't see that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
On third down, Cousins. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
23 yards the pickup there.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes going to throw. Pass incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Oh, able to avoid him. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A nice pickup there. 18 yards. First down, Falcons.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
McPherson on for the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Houston set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Cousins. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Throwing, Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And right side, they're going to go option here. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. On second and goal, Cousins. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Russell Gage, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's 17-7. A 10-play drive that time. And the result, a Houston touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. 1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's brought in by Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Calling that a very strong gain of 24.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mahomes now to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The Falcons at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited. Not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
Mahomes firing complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Mahomes now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On second and a yard, Mahomes. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Garrett McPherson from 3 yards out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. The quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And now out comes Houston. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. And we've got an injured player, and that's Travis Kelce, who appears to be in a bit of discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Pollard again. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he's able to get it out of there. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Mahomes now on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Got an open man, it's Olave. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down. That sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this 1st half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. Touchdown! Chigakonkwo. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are able to add on to their 1st half lead.
They have really had their way so far in the 1st half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
McPherson on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. That time a 6-play drive, and the Falcons score to cap it off. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans with the football here late in this 1st half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
And his throw is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That's a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mahomes going to throw. He completes it to Olave. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in U.S. Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. 13-10, the final score. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Brock Purdy, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the 3rd quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Mahomes to throw. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Going right back to Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Mahomes, and a completion to Wilson. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Cousins. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Cousins. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, it's Cousins. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Cousins now. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Going to run again here with Pollard. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Brings up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Falcons are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for his defense in this ballgame, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Olave over the middle. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. And he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. And he is just 1 reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this, you're trying to vary what you're doing, trying to change things up, hoping to fool him occasionally. If not fool him, fool the quarterback so maybe he doesn't read the coverage correctly. Right now, though, they're in pretty good sync.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And here comes the Texans now. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They go play fake. Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
He was taken down at the 10-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Chigaconquo, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense there, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in. Cousins from the gun on third. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Mahomes now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. First down, here's Cousins. It's complete to Lockett. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To the air again, it's Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and sending him back on the sack.
Well, we all know this quarterback had to spend plenty of time studying prior to the game, but he has to be tired of seeing these guys, especially him. 3rd time now he's brought this quarterback down. Whole defense has had a great game, but 3 sacks, not hard to find who one of the leaders of that effort was.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So out come the Falcons now. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew that.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Following the interception, Cousins. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. They'll throw again. Cousins. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays, really hurts the team on defense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. Usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Atlanta, That early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.